Hey Shyla, this video is going to be for you. This is going to be some direct messages from your guardian angels, ancestors, archangels, those in the angelic realm. It's being acknowledged that you have an immense sense of guilt right now. It's guilt for the way that you've treated other people. It's guilt for how you treated yourself. It's guilt for how you allowed people to treat you. And ultimately, you feel guilty for how other people may have been involved or being witness to things that you feel you could have, like you wish you would have handled it better so that those around you didn't have to witness it. You don't feel it was right, and you didn't know what to do at the time. I feel like you're very angry with yourself, very afraid right now. You feel this great sense of loss when it comes to your life. It's with everything. Like you just don't, like you feel unattached. Like everything that you had held on to, everything that you were tethered to has broken. Like the rope has broken between you and the life you've known, and you feel confused and lost and alone, miserable maybe, and hurt. And what your guardian angels want you to know is there is a means to an end with this. This is something that you are having to go through. Think of it as the turbulence through a plane ride. Like this is just the process of getting through the rough air, and you are on your way to a bigger destination. There's indication that everything is okay. It's like all is well is what I'm hearing. Don't feel like, I think because, like, just imagine this feeling as if you're falling and you want to grab onto like the branches of a tree to stop yourself from falling. And so it's this sense of like you needing to control the situation so that you feel a little bit less out of control. And your guardian angels are saying to fight against your habits. It's not instinctual in the sense that it's something that you are, it's not about this, it's a worldly instinct. It's something that you created out of habit and conditioning. So don't be reactionary with that. You need to fight against that with compassion, with trust, with understanding that there's a greater purpose to this. There's a divine order and divine purpose to this. There is divine timing that is taking place in what is happening with you. If things aren't happening as quickly as you want it to or as easily as you want it to, just know that it's divine timing, and you have to rid yourself of this excess energy. Okay, this is something I'm going to say. This goes back to a lifetime that precedes Christ. It's BC. It's a long time ago, and I don't want to get into the details of what I'm picking up on because this particular situation I don't feel is productive for public information. And I don't even know if it's really productive for you because you're going to get through this no matter what, because this is something that you've worked, I'm gonna say it was many lifetimes over in other areas, like other dimensions where there's less exhibited free will like there is on Earth, in order for you to rid yourself of what happened, rid yourself of these people. And you need to know that it's going to be okay. This is just a temporary thing. And, you know, again, just look at this as a cleansing experience. It's not going to be the most comfortable experience at all, but this is it's going to bring you a lot of relief. It's going to bring you a lot of clarity. It's going to bring you a lot of peace. Mostly it's going to bring you a lot of peace, and it's going to bring you into a space, a mental space, where you're able to really examine who you are as a person again. And it's going to allow you to explore sides of you and parts of you that maybe you haven't had the opportunity to really try, you know, and have, like, gain independence in a way that you haven't particularly had before. And I think even on a deeper level with you, I don't know if this is something that you would have publicly expressed or not, but this is something that you look forward to. This is something that brings you peace. This is something that does excite you. I think there's a part of you that wants to play into other people's drama. There's a part of you that wants to fight fire with fire, and your guardian angels are indicating it's very important that you do not do that. Don't do that, because when you match the energy of what it is that you're fighting against, you essentially become what you're fighting against. Okay? When you're fighting fire with fire, fighting aggression with aggression, it doesn't matter whether it's the same cause. You are still having that same energetic match. You need to be the opposite. You need to be compassionate. You need to be trusting. You need to release any control. You need to have prayer. Ultimately, the best way to cleanse yourself is to pray and to take care of yourself and to prioritize yourself and prioritize your mental health and your mental space, because they are trying to cause a lot of confusion. They are trying to they're trying to antagonize you. They're trying to have you be reactionary, because that fuels their feelings, that fuels anything that they can use against you, and it keeps you bound to these people energetically in a way that you do not need to be involved with anymore. Okay? Again, you are going to sever this no matter what. It's bound to happen for you, because you've done a lot of work to have this happen for you. But this is just advice of it being a little bit more peaceful for you, and to also have a little bit more clarity and understanding that, you know, there is a reason why this is happening, okay? And you don't need, it's normal to feel lost, it's normal to feel confused, fearful, but please just know and recognize where this is out of habit. It is not out of what's really on the greater scale, or the grander scale, like what's really happening. This is meant to happen for you. It's not at you. Like, this isn't an attack on you. And you just have to have ultimate faith. Because even if let's say there's a legal issue happening or going to happen, you are protected. You are going to have a favorable outcome. And I just see a lot working out for you. Okay, so Catherine is coming through again in this reading, because energetically I feel that she has a healing presence. She has an energetic, like an angelic energetic presence when it comes to this connection with you and with the McBroom clan family. I don't know what you want to call them. And her presence alone is connecting and healing, because it's enlightening. Okay, whether she's aware of this or not, and to what capacity. And again, she has her own thing going on. I'm minimizing what the complexity of our souls and the complexity of the journey, okay? So don't take this as just, you know, the end all be all of what I'm saying. There is a lot more that goes on in the energetic field, the angelic realm, and everywhere in the spiritual realm. But that is going on. Her guardian angels and her on a soul level is angelically touching your energy and their energy. I'll put it that way. And you have a connection to the McBroom family from that predates Christ. And that is something that you guys have been working through karmically elsewhere. It isn't something that I'll just say, like, you two, or you versus the family, did not get along for some reason, and they tried to actively work against you or hurt you back then. And then you have, through lifetimes in other areas that don't exhibit the same free will as here, or even just similar, you have been on this forward progression. You've been moving up and up and up, and breaking away from it and distancing yourself away from it. You've come into this lifetime in order to connect with them again, which you hadn't done up until now. You hadn't done it in a capacity like this before. And this is the last leg of it. You're at the final part. So of course this is the most difficult. Even think of it as like a race. Towards the end of the race is like the most exhausting, the most exhilarating, the most stressful, the most pressure. And you just have to have belief in yourself and the knowledge that you've been preparing for this marathon for months, for weeks, for years, however long it's been. You know, you've been eating right, you've been taking care of yourself, you've been prioritizing, you've been buying the right equipment, buying the right shoes, all of that. You've prepared for this for lifetimes. This has been a preparation, okay? And this is the final part. And again, you don't really have to do much of anything other than to take care of yourself, to protect your mind, to pray. Okay, prayer is very important to you in this particular situation, and to trust. Don't try and control anything. Of course, when it comes to real world consequences, real life stuff, you know, there is a sense of like protecting yourself. But as far as like, you know, like don't have an eye for an eye with them. Don't give them any of your time and energy. Please don't do any of that. Just have faith, ultimate faith and belief, and pray to your guardian angels and look for guidance for what's going to help everyone involved. Don't be selfish with it and say like wishing bad on anyone. Don't do that. Wish well, like genuinely wish that everyone heals through this and works through this and becomes a better person. Truly like walk in faith and walk in that positive energy. And the best way to do that, again, other than prayer, is to prioritize yourself, work on yourself, focus on yourself. Okay? Do not try your best not to focus any attention on that and all the fear that you have, the fear of loss, the fear of abandonment, fear of nothing working out for you. Listen, if you have a question about if something's going to work out for you, if I'm thinking it's a legal matter, the answer is yes, it is going to work out for you. It is going to be in your favor. It's just, you just need to be patient, okay? Again, I need to say this again for you. I need to emphasize this for you, because this is a big reflection of what's happening. Divine timing, divine timing. Please pay attention to what I'm saying. This is in divine timing. This is not within your hands. It's on a bigger scale. You have been preparing for this, and it's working out for you. Just try and see the bigger picture, and just hold out as much as you can. Know that you will get through this. Believe that you will get through this. Believe in yourself, and just every day do the best that you can. You're not going to be perfect, obviously. It's not going to be easy, but just keep trying your best. And you know, if you mess up, you slip up, just forgive yourself. Don't beat yourself up, because I see that you're being extremely hard on yourself. You're finding ways to blame yourself for nearly everything. You're going through all the feelings all at once, and it's very hard on you. But I do see there's a point where you are actually like relieved. There's a lot of relief, and that is your soul's calling to you. You need to pay attention to that relief, and you need to follow that relief, because that internally is you knowing that this is serving you in a way that is clearing you from this issue that happened before. Okay, so again, I hope that makes some good sense to you. Yeah. Honor and trust your feelings. Okay, something else that I want to say too is physically, spiritually, figuratively, watch your back. Like look behind you. I feel like I'm like being, like my head's like whipping to the right, like looking behind me to my right side. And I feel as if this is something that has already happened to you, and that is going to happen to you again, where you might fall back into old habits, potentially, old patterns, something like that. But you need to pay attention to that. I feel you, where you don't seem like the kind of person that really gets like completely frightened and lose all sense of self. You know, when you get really, really scared and just like completely taken by surprise. I feel like you're someone who's prepared. So even if you're scared, you're up for a battle, you know, and you will defend yourself. And I feel that energy when I'm observing this, and your guardian angels are telling you this for whatever reason is important to you. I'll let you analyze that and figure out what that means, what's meaningful with that for you. But you need to not completely let your guard down. It's like you need to shield yourself, you need to protect yourself. Also, but at the same time, knowing that everything's going to be okay. So just take that preparation, take that prep work, and then ultimately have that faith that, you know what, like, I'm going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay. Okay, so we have positive thoughts create positive results. The person you're asking about is trustworthy. Honestly, I won't even get into that, but I'm just use your imagination and you'll see the answer. Ask Archangel Michael to help you with this situation. Okay, so please just, you know, pray to Archangel Michael. Look him up. He is the greatest defender, okay, of these lower energies. And this is something that is connected with this. Okay, this is all very important. Yeah. So we have gifts from God. They're bringing you gifts from your Creator. Open your arms to receive. So please, I know that it might sound like easier coming from someone who's not going through whatever you're going through, but consider this a gift, because it's going to be okay. Like, you're going to get through this, you're going to recover, but consider this experience a gift, because you are on the up and up. This has been a forward progression. From that moment that I talked about in a past life, it has only been you moving up and up and up and forward and forward and forward. And it's finally at a point where all that hard work, it's a cause and effect, okay? So it works on a bigger scale like that, where when I'm talking about like divine timing with this is because everything that you've done up until present day has created an environment that's pushing you, okay? It's like, think of it as like gravity. Like what goes up must come down. And so it has to happen for you. It's gonna happen for you on a greater scale, okay? This isn't just free will in this lifetime taking place. Your free will, how that affects in your path is how you react to it. So your reactionary response, and how quickly this could potentially happen for you. Kind of. This would be a lot easier if I was talking to you, because it's kind of like, I don't know how, I think I'm saying enough. I don't want to get like, I just don't want to talk too much about it, honestly. I don't know. So anyway, I also want to say, like, whatever your thoughts are, like, positive thoughts create positive results. It's like whatever idea you've had is probably divinely guided. Whatever positive idea, whatever inspired thought that you've had recently is divinely guided, and to pay attention to that, okay? I feel like there is someone that's working behind the scenes for you. They care a lot about you. What is your awareness of this? I don't know what your awareness of this is, but there is someone behind the scenes, like real life behind the scenes, that's helping you. Like maybe it's even someone that like kind of has unrequited feelings towards you or something. I don't know. That's just a side note, but I do feel here like you kind of feel ashamed. Again, with that guilt and ashamed, it's like feeling ashamed that you allowed something to get as far as it did, okay? And it's this feeling of being alone. I feel like you're upset because this other person, or people, I think, listen, it's a person, but they act within a group, and it's the same story. This is the same story, okay? And you feel like you're like, I don't know how I kind of like got swindled into this, and they painted me into this picture, and it's kind of like you are their muse, okay? Like you are the reason that I'm gonna say they, and you can take this however it makes more sense to you, or use it interchangeably, however, but it's like you feel, your perception is, and I feel it's accurate, it is accurate, but your guardian angels are indicating something. I need to pay more attention to something here. It's something explosive. And Archangel Michael, you need to pray, and you need to not fight fire with fire when it comes to this. Don't try and speak ill on them. Don't try and like do something, you know, evil back towards them or anything like that, okay? Because in order for them to heal, in order for these kinds of people in any way to heal, is by just kind of ignoring it and by detaching, and you are doing that, and that's happening for you. So that, I hope that makes more sense of like, it's like, this is a relief, this is a release and a relief, because it's like, I'm being envisioned of like a shattering glass. It's like you were in a glass house, you were like a caged bird, like you're just a little bird in a glass, and it's finally been shattered, and it's scary, it's painful, it's stressful, because you've lived for so long in this glass that everything, its own, the experience feels painful. It feels painful, but you need that to happen. It's almost, it's even like thinking like giving birth, you know, and even the child going through, like a little explicit, I guess, but like going through the birth canal is painful. This painful for the baby, you know, but it's birthing a new age, a new experience. It's something completely different, you know. So that's happening for you, and you need to see it in that way, and you don't need to control the situation. It's very important that you understand that. Please just figure out what that means for you to not do that. And again, like, shield yourself, protect your mind, protect your thoughts with this full knowledge now, knowing that you are being guided. Sorry, my camera shut off for a second. Yeah, so basically, like, this person, whatever you want to say, they would not be where they are without you. And maybe they had painted it as if it was the other way around, but in reality, if you weren't in their life, then they would, it's almost like they would just kind of like be running the streets, or they would just be like directionless. They would be confused. They would be doing something completely different, that would not have brought them the success or there's a word that's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't really connect to it. It's freedom. It's like, it's almost like emotional freedom, not emotional freedom. The feeling that I'm getting is like, every time I go to LA, I go to like some of my favorite stores and I have this feeling of like, you know, like the weather's nice, I'm happy, I'm with my friends or my family. It just feels like at peace and at ease. You know, they're in like not really a care in the world. You're just, it's like almost like a vacation, a state of mind, a state of being that's like good. And they reached that to some capacity that they wouldn't have gotten with you. It's like almost as if they would have just like, they would have been like the devil without you, almost, is how it feels. It's like, I see just not a good living situation, not a good life situation, even like addiction issues, like just a lot that could have gone wrong with this person. And when you entered into their life, like being around you has actually like gave them direction, gave them a little bit of drive and purpose towards something. That does not make, and then you kind of like blame yourself, and it's like this regret, I don't know, but this needs to happen. This needs to be severed. This needs to be broken. I don't know the permanency of it. I feel like because of what I've said, then that permanency could be broken, but you guys are still like people. So I don't know. I don't know if once it's like broken, once this is changed, once the dynamics and the energy changes, if everything else changes in this lifetime. I don't know. I honestly, I get this feeling of like vastness, expansiveness, and then I'm looking around like the possibilities for you are endless, is what I'm getting. The importance to this, I want to let you know. So they're trying to tempt you, okay? And I know I mentioned this a little bit here. I just want to get into like another like way of getting this across to you. So like imagine that there's this like tree, like an apple tree, and it's been struck by lightning, and you're standing there and you're like, oh my gosh. So these people are offering you the apples that had fallen from this. That was my alarm, sorry. Okay. So what was I saying? So these people are trying to tempt you with the apples that have fallen from the tree. Well, number one, these apples are probably not ripe, so they're not going to have a lot of nutritional value. They're not going to taste very good, and let's not forget that it's storming outside and that there's obviously energetic charge and lightning that can hit you at any moment. So you know that you can run, you know that you can go and like find shelter, but they're trying to offer you something that seems appealing, but you see the horizon beyond that. You see the opportunity and the safety beyond that. So just keep that in mind, that is kind of the dynamic that's happening right now. It's like trying to pull you in, trying to like even like pay you off or something. I don't know. There's a lot of like complexity to this that would make more sense for you, but there is a lot of temptation involved, where it's like wanting you to not be free, not wanting you to it's not necessarily like being free, like they're not trying to like trap you or anything like that necessarily, but I think it's more of like your state of mind. Like they don't want you to see beyond something. It's like they want you to stay concentrated on something so you don't see the bigger picture. That's what I'm getting. And that's it. So I don't have any more detail about that. I'm being shown again the tree, the apple tree, the apples, and then a horizon beyond the storm, and you looking towards the horizon and you looking towards the apple, and them hoping. You know, I think that's what it is this hope. Like they're pulling all strings, like they're pulling everything, even with like me saying the complexity, they're trying everything to kind of like distract you, to confuse you, to tempt you, to bother you, to exhaust you mentally, whatever, so that you give up. But you're not going to. It's just this is them trying, but it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work because you've already seen the horizon. You've already seen where you're supposed to go. So keep that in mind. Okay, so I'm not sure what else. So I'll keep that, and I hear you, or I feel you, and it's like when you argue, it feels like an argument to me, and you're like talking to someone, but you're being like not demanding, but how do because I can't hear what you're saying, and I'm not trying to hear what you're saying because I don't know if the context is important, but it's like, listen, like you need to do this, and I don't know why you did this, but this and this and this and this and this needs to change, or this and this and this needs to be done, and this is the way it has to be done. This is just no way about it, kind of. That's the kind of like vibe that I'm getting. And I don't know why, but I guess I have to mention that. Archangel Michael is coming through twice. Archangel Michael, apologize. This is, okay, listen, like, yes and no, okay? I feel your guardian angels, like this card is like, okay, yes, you need to apologize to other people. Like, it would be in your best interest as far as like find a smart way of doing it that can't be like used against you for some reason or anything. But ultimately, like, let bygones be bygones wherever that needs to happen. If this has anything to do with Catherine too, there's an apology that needs to happen there too, or should happen. I don't know if it necessarily needs to happen, but this should all happen. And apologize to yourself, you know, the things that you didn't know better, the way that you've done things where, you know, you feel a lot of remorse or shame, and ultimately, like, find peace with that. And also understand, like, your guardian angels, like, they love you unconditionally, they welcome you unconditionally. And to find, like, try and like take those qualities and work that into your own life. Like, be unconditional for yourself, be kind to yourself, be supportive of yourself, and to know, like, if I'm trying my best, like, maybe I didn't know better then, and that's okay. Like, I can be okay with my flaws, and I can actively work on the ones that I feel need to be worked on. But who I am now and who I was then is enough. You know, I'm not perfect. I'm not gonna be perfect. And sometimes I have to have that happen. I have to have those experiences. I have to be that person in order to know that that's not the kind of person I ever want to be again. That's not the kind of pain that I ever want to inflict on anyone. I can be better. I can have that be in my past. I can write that into my story and also be a better person, you know? So again, Archangel Michael, please, please, please think about that. And we have keep going. Use any energy. Use the energy of any disappointments to fuel your creative project with authentic emotion. I think that's very powerful. And then we have be bold and strong, for you are the creator of your own destiny. Look within, you will find everything you need there. Burst forth from your cocoon and fly. The sky is the limit if you follow your heart and your own inner guidance. Listen to what others say, but do not blindly follow their advice. Yes, exactly. And that goes, if I wanted to mention this earlier, so I'm glad that came up. That goes for me too. If you watch this video, if Catherine watches this video, please, 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 please don't just say, like, okay, BERRA said to do this and this and this, or, you know, you don't even have to say me, but, like, if you go to anyone, whether this is like another, like a psychic, or just like a financial advisor, a lawyer, I don't care, anyone, even a friend, don't just blindly take anyone's advice. You need to think about it. You need to think about it and see how it applies to you. I'm only seeing a little portion. I'm not doing that's. It's important for you, everyone who's watching this, to know I'm not doing it like some of these other tarot readers do, where it's like I'm not reading the cards to find out information about it. This is specific information from your guardian angels, okay? This is information that's coming through because it's very important to your soul's journey right now. Read my description below. That is why this information is coming through. I am not like specifically digging for information for things, for information for you, for about whatever's going on, okay? This came through because this is very significant and very important. And yes, I'm only glossing through information. I don't know who these people are that I'm doing readings on for the most part. If I do, then I will specifically tell you what I know so that you have some clarity of where I'm coming from. But this is all a one-sided conversation and it's completely glossed over, okay? If I were to do like a specific reading for you guys, then it would take like probably 3 hours, maybe even longer, shorter. I don't know. It really depends on the person, and I don't have them talking to me to give me clarity because it comes through in a multitude of ways and I have to interpret it in a way that makes sense for me. So I might be saying it as one thing, but it's actually something else. The information that I receive is 100% accurate. It's me and my interpretation that brings that accuracy down. So it has to be a two-way street with the people who are watching this video. Okay, so this is very important for you to understand this and to recognize this, and also think about that and how that applies to everything in your life. Like literally everything in your life. It's very important that you do that. Okay, got that out of the way. I'll pull one more of these and then we're just going to end the reading here. Yeah. Okay, this one. Guardian. Okay, these want to come through. So, Guardian Angel, trust. All unfold in perfect timing. You are one with divine will. Focus only on love, and all you truly desire will manifest at the most perfect moment. Be patient. I, your guardian angel, am watching over you. They are watching over you. They are protecting your home. They are protecting your finances. They are protecting your family. Yes, there is some work that you need to do for yourself in order to protect your mind. That is number one important for you. But again, it's perfect timing. It's divine timing. Be patient with yourself. Be patient with the process. It's going to happen for you. We have compassion. It says, dearest one, be compassionate towards yourself. Surrender the self-criticism and fear that has you believing you need to improve in order to be worthy. You are perfect just as you are. The only thing that needs to change is your perception. You will come to realize the jewel you are when you love and honor yourself as you are. Absolutely perfect. Absolutely concise with everything that I'm saying. Honor yourself, believe in yourself, be unconditional with yourself, be compassionate with yourself. It is okay to make mistakes. It is okay to be a certain way. It is okay to learn from it and to improve. And if there's something, a fault in you, not every single thing that you have a fault in, like, yeah, maybe you're socially awkward, maybe you say silly things, maybe you don't have good memory, I don't know, anything. Like, it's okay. It's perfectly okay. And some of those things you just have to take in stride and say, like, this is just part of who I am. If there are actual like bad qualities about you that you've had, or toxic qualities about you, then by all means improve on those things, work on those things, and also honor that you don't have to run from your past. If you run from your past, then you repeat your past and you continue that. You have to honor yourself for every single piece of who you are. And then patience. Once again, with patience, patience is required at the moment. You may feel that things are not moving as fast as you would like, yet there's a lot going on energetically. The current situation causing concern is evolving positively. Let go and have patience. You will eventually realize this whole event was in fact a blessing. All is perfect as it is. Trust. You are eternally loved and guided. So, perfect. Exactly. So that's my reading for you guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.